Hey, Mark, fake banter for the intro.
That's all I know how to do.
Great.
Good to be here.
Welcome to Tuesdays with
Stories.
Hit her in the face with a surfboard.
And then the duck fell out of his bag.
Surf's up. And she didn't even flush.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Mark Norman and Joe List.
Yeah! This is Tuesdays with Stories, everybody.
No, that's terrible.
This is supposed to be cheesy.
My radio is spitting at me.
Wow! Hey, folks, here we are. We're back. I'm on no sleep. The baby's crying. You're gay. We're doing it. We're coffeeing up.
Coffee up. I saw you at Starbucks. So nice to see you in the outside world. I don't see you in a buck. I see you in a club or here.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, some comic. You ever see Dave Attell? I saw him on a bike once in the day.
What?
I pinched myself. I thought I saw a witch on a broomstick.
Was it a unicycle up high with the little tiny wheel behind it?
The penny farthing?
Yes.
No. He was huffing. You know, he was going at it. He had an iced coffee in one hand, and I was like, "Whoa, look at that! No, that's Dave Attell." And they said that homeless guy with 7 hoodies. I said, "Yeah, trust me, he's funny."
I can't fathom Dave Attell in daytime or on a bike.
City bike, which means he had to check in, boop, pull the bike out. I mean, the whole thing's crazy. And the fact that he was up in the day, I've never seen. I think there was a new porn store opened on 6th Street. He had to go check it out.
Well, we say this all the time about Dave. He's the most mysterious. I can't picture, what does his wallet look like? What's in there? He talks to his mother. What does his mother look like? What does he say to his mom?
Yeah.
Is
he roasting her? Is he crowd working his mom? I came out of there. Whoa, it's good to be back. And then his wallet, I picture him opening it and just those fuzzies come out, those like out of a peanut can. Snakes.
Yeah, it's hard to. He's a fascinating guy. Who else is a mysterious comedian?
Well, Eddie Murphy's got a little something where you're like, what's he thinking about all day?
Right. Well, there was a big talk that he was coming back. There was a Rolling Stone interview that was like, oh, here he comes.
Can you imagine the pressure? He was the funniest guy on the planet. Everybody loved him. Phenom, prodigy of comedy. Came out the gate at 17, kicking ass. Now everybody's like, what are you going to do? What's going on? And I think he's just like, I can't live up to it.
Right.
Because to do another act, you have to bomb. Well, he can't go bomb.
This is the problem. We talk about this, too. There's a lot of stinkos out there that don't want to do the work. And I know it's hard because a lot of you guys are roofers and plumbers and you have real jobs. When I say work, I mean relative comedy work.
Yes.
These comedians, they don't want to listen to sets. They don't want to rewrite.
No.
They don't want to do spots. They don't want to run around town and try a new thing and go up with nothing.
Yep.
So the greats, I think, know that it takes that.
Right.
I think they're like, I'm going to come back. I got some ideas. And then they go, but what am I going to do? Run the idea, then bomb, then eat shit. And you have to have everyone leave going, Eddie Murphy sucks now.
Right.
Because you go see Rock, who's one of the all-time greats at the Cellar, it's a lot of like...
Of course. Same with Louis. Louis will bomb for months, and everybody goes, what's up with this guy? He stinks now. He's old. He's ugly. He's bald. And then 3 months in a day, boop, killing.
But the interesting thing about Louis is, and I don't mean this negatively, I mean it positively, he's such a funny guy that even when he's bombing, he can kind of save it and do like, so fucking jizz. I jizzed on her shit.
Right.
And people are like, oh, now that's crazy. Rock will do the thing where like, he literally is like, I don't know, something weird about dentists.
Yes, he does do that.
And it'll be like 0, because he's not doing the like, dentist always drilling.
No, exactly.
Why are they drilling?
Yeah, exactly. What's that? There will be blood? Who are you drilling for? But
not bad.
Thank you. But Rock has, I don't have any of that. I don't care if I ever become Seinfeld famous, like Leonardo DiCaprio famous. I could never go up and go, what was that about the tiger? No. Let me move on to the other thing. Because I think in his mind, he's like, well, they're seeing me for $18, so who gives a fuck? But I still don't have that. I could be, Michael Jordan. I couldn't do that.
Well, you always want some ammo. It's kind of like the Jordan thing. That reminds me of Jordan talked about, they asked why he's always dressed to the nines. He always has the $3,000 suit tucked. And you never see Jordan like this.
No, you don't.
And he said because people think this is ego-y, but to me it's like, it's thoughtful. He's like, every time I leave my house, people are trying to get a look at me. It might be the one chance they get to see me.
Yes.
Ever.
Yes.
So I want to look nice.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
People are like, what an ego. But you're like, no, he's like thoughtful. He's like, I'm trying to present myself as, it's not like he's making up the idea that everybody wants a glimpse of Michael Jordan.
No, I would love a glimpse. And yeah, you catch him in sweatpants, you're going, oh, this guy's going to kill himself.
And if they are, they're a designer. They're not Adidas.
He is a living legend. It is crazy that he's going to die.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild? Michael Jordan. We're going to get that newspaper. Beep, 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 beep. It's going to spin onto the screen and go, Michael Jordan drops dead. Got dunked on by life. So there's going to be some headline.
That'll be the end of my childhood. I mean, you watch the doc and you're like, it doesn't look like he's going to live very long. His eyes are redder than my asshole on a Wednesday.
Yeah, they're squinty. He's got Asian eyes and a Hitler mustache. This guy can't pick a look.
And he's smoking the cigars, the whiskey. By the way, I'm reading, quote unquote reading, listening to 11 Rings by Phil Jackson.
11 Rings? Is that what's that about? Nick Cannon's wives?
No, it's what do you call, championships. And it's fascinating because there's some Buddhist in there, some Native American, then some basketball goodness.
I see.
I told Sam, like, you got to read this, and he's like, I don't know. All I read is basketball. He's like, I should really learn about something other than basketball.
That's such a funny response. Like, all I read is basketball. Well, here's a basketball book. I shouldn't.
Yeah, this is the day I'm stopping. Well, that's like my parents. Did I tell this story in Key West?
Please.
My parents, they love beer. They're all beer all the time. They're drunk.
Yeah.
Not drunks, but they love drinking a lot.
Sure.
And we're in Key West, and they go from one beer, all day beer, and I go, you know what? I just remembered right across from the comedy club, there's a fucking killer brewery. They go, we're beered out. We're ready for wine. And I'm like, just like that.
That's it.
It's just like, come on.
Yeah, that doesn't work with pedophilia. Hey, there's a playground over here. They're never like, I've had enough kids. They're going, what? I'll pew, which is the puff of smoke.
But that's how much they resent you and hate you. They're like, nah, I don't want to go to your beer place. And I'm like, all right.
See, it's funny. My parents are drunks too, but they go wine, so you don't notice it.
My parents will go wine also. They go from beer to wine to Coke, but I made up the part about the Coke.
But that's a funny. If you go wine, no one. You got the Beaujolais, the Merlot, the boopity boop, and you're going, okay, right. Here we go. And you don't think, hey, that guy's a fucking problem,
right?
But you're still drinking.
One of the beautiful aspects of Sideways. This guy's just a horribly depressed alcoholic.
Exactly. Like if you're a vodka guy drinking out of the fucking plastic squeeze bottle, you're a drunk. You're an alcoholic. Wine, you're a connoisseur.
How about Sideways? I always want to talk about Sideways. What a film!
Great movie,
total masterpiece, the greatest.
Pain
when he fucking takes the sample and just dumps it on his head. Thomas Hayden Church goes, his mom just died. That's very funny.
Funny guy. Hayden Church doesn't get his due. He's on Tires, apparently. He's on the new season.
Oh, that's right. I heard that. I'm excited about that. Tires.
Soder
has no role. That makes you feel better.
Wow, that is interesting.
He's like, I'm not on there. And I was like, okay, so we can all... It's almost smart. If you have a TV show, you take your best fucking buddy who showed you the ropes and took you everywhere under his wing. Don't put him on.
That's a great point.
And then nobody can be upset they're not on the show.
We've all had the feeling, you wake up one day on a Saturday, scratching your ass going, why am I not on Tires? I know Gillis. I got to protect our parks. We've gotten drunk. I've eaten his ass. I can't get a Netflix spot.
Well, he might have seen your acting reel.
That's true. It ain't pretty.
But for me, I mean, I don't get it. I'm Timothy Chalamet over here. I'm what's his name? Lee Strasberg over here.
Well, that's your problem. No one knows who that guy is, but you got a couple of school films under your dick.
Oh, yeah. I'm doing another one. I keep committing because I want to be an actor, Jerry.
Yes, thespian.
So people, they go, hey, I wrote a short film. I got a budget of $8, and I wrote a script. If you have a full script, you send it to me. I'm in.
Yeah.
And then I commit, and then I reread the script, and I'm like, oh, boy. This is a real clunker. I'm not saying any movie in particular. Luckily, I'm in like 3, so everyone can think it's the other person.
Sure. I'm thinking 4th of July. Was that the one?
Yeah, well, that one we could have done a second draft, probably. What can you do?
Well, they're shooting this movie at the Cellar. I don't want to give too much away. I don't know. This movie magic. And you're kind of like, what are you doing? Throw me in there. Like Crashing. Remember Crashing?
Of course I know Crashing.
The Pete Holmes, Judd Apatow joint. They're shooting the thing at the Cellar every week. I'm getting spots canceled. I'm at the Cellar. I live on top of it. I'm eating falafel every day and going down on the management. And then they're like, can you get out of the way? We have a actor coming in to do a comedian. I'm like, I'm here.
Right.
I'm queer. What are you doing?
Well, also, I think some of our podcast appearance may be holding us back a little bit.
Well, we do it for you guys. We're staying true and saying retarded just for you because we're losing acting roles.
We've done a couple of voices here or there that may have scared people away. By the way, I just made a trailer for my movie, and I put a quote from a certain comedian that I love, and then they wrote back, and they're like, get that quote out of here. We're not going to sell this fucking movie.
What?
Yeah, because it was like, I love this movie, a person. And then the distributor and the the Academy emailed me and was like, you better erase that name. You want to show this film.
How'd you get a Cosby quote?
So we replaced him with Burr. We got a Burr in there.
Oh, smart. Okay.
And my friend was like, well, Burr's in hot water. I'm like, but with the other people.
Right.
He's not in hot water with these people.
And with the right.
Yes.
Yeah. If the right hates you, you can still make a movie. If the left hates you, you can't make a movie.
Exactly. The right. You can call them all whatever you want to call them, and then they'll give you a movie.
Third right.
You're like, oh, you're on our team.
Yeah. Wow.
One other thing I wanted to say about the...
Well, we went from MJ to movies. I had something, too, in the beginning. I forgot where we started. We really went on a stream of anal there.
Acting. Oh, it reminds me of the great thing that I talk about all the time. Now I have another special coming out. Is the Mark Maron with David Cross, where he's like, it's going on YouTube. He's like, did you try Netflix? He's like, we tried. He's like, just put it on.
I think about that 3 times a day.
I do too. I shot a special. I spent $50,000. You got a TV network over there, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
Put it up.
Put it up.
Who cares?
It's free. Give me like $20.
Just cover the cost.
Right.
You're giving one guy $50 million. This is already made, edited, stamped, approved, big laughs.
Yeah. I get so mad at the industry, these coward cum-guzzling queefs, because they're like, kill Tony. We could never have that. Oh, wait, it gets 8 million views every week?
Right.
Put it on. Let's sign a big contract. You're like, but where were you? Where's the vision? Where's the, I work in TV. I know what's good. I got a sixth sense. They don't have any of that. They go, oh, it's big now? Bring it right on. Jizz in my face.
No, I had a guy say, he's like, well, we could try to do Netflix, but it's in a club. They don't really do club specials. I'm like, first of all, I think they have. Also, shouldn't that be a positive?
Oh,
hey, Netflix, you don't have any club special. Like, since when is that bad?
Yeah, original. Oh, we can't have original. Whoa, we can't have a unique idea. Again, the coward.
But anyways, Netflix, take my special, please.
There you go.
But it's good. It's funny.
Where did we start? Hold on. I had something up top, and it's gone.
What did you say? Cellar, movie, tires.
Way before
Thomas
that.
Hayden Church.
Way before. We got to go.
Oh, wine.
We got to rewind that
Parents
shit.
with the wine.
Parents with the wine. Your parents are drunks. Key West.
Key West, beer. Oh, they switched. They didn't want that thing anymore. Something about you wanted...
My dick?
What you said reminded me of my parents
Yeah.
drinking beer all day, and I was like, I know a beer spot, and they're like, well, now I want wine. What did you say that inspired that?
I don't know. Well, you said
somebody wants
you
something.
got Sam a book about basketball.
Oh, the basketball book. Phil Jackson. Oh, yeah, because he doesn't like basketball. He loves basketball. I told him a basketball book. He said, I'm changing my mind.
Yeah.
What did you say to that? What do you say when you see things?
See something, say something. Shit, I don't know. It's call in if you know. But yeah, we are way up the river without a.
What was it? Come on, I want it.
I don't know. I can't even remember. I can't remember how we started the whole thing. Coffee. We started. Hey, we got coffee. And
Coffee,
he said,
seen you in the outside world, and Dave
Attell on a bike.
We're like stenographers.
Yeah.
How does that work exactly? There's like 4 letters. They got symbols on there. What's going on there?
Isn't that a typewriter?
No. It's a little. It's like.
Oh, it's a little.
It's got like 8 letters on there. But each symbol means something.
Maybe it's emojis, just like, you know.
That's funny.
That's something. By the way, I did Soul Joel's last night. I said something on here. You go, that's a bit. I did on stage. Murd, I'm getting a clip. It's going up.
There we go. You should put it with the clip from the podcast. That would be fun. A little behind the meat curtains.
I love a meat curtain. Labia time. Yeah, it was the thing about the... some guy goes, astronauts. And I go, hey, imagine fucking in space.
Oh, yeah,
Catching
eat and come.
I mean, standing O. I got a Perrier Comedy Award. I'm opening for Pryor now. I mean, I am doing the Garden.
That's big. By the way, did you ever see the clip of Trump talking about the hair?
The hair.
I was telling
Whose
you about
hair?
the astronaut, and he goes, that hair, and don't quit. Can you find that clip,
I forgot
Lex?
to look.
But Chuck is dead, by the way. We got Lex on the ones and twos. It's
R.I.P.
very funny.
Yes,
But
we're all
Trump
celebrating.
talking about astronauts' hair. It's very funny. I can't remember. He's like, that hair, it's so full. It keeps going. It goes for days. It's very strong. Something like that.
He's
it's very
obsessed
funny.
with hair and dicks. He loves people with good hair and Arnold Palmer's dick.
Arnold Palmer's dick.
Oh, man. You didn't hear all that? Pull
I don't
that
think
up.
so.
He went on a riff about it. He's like, Arnold Palmer, big dick, huge dick,
What?
beautiful
Really?
dick. He's got the best dick. He's like, he's very well endowed. That's not an iron. That's a wood.
No kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. I never heard about Arnie Palmer's dick.
Oh, yeah. Bill Maher did a whole run on it.
Yeah, sure, you found it. I don't know what we're going to do with this, but
Whoop.
nice soft hands. Here.
Stuck in space. I have asked Elon.
Hold on. This part, this is just...
Can you get him out? He said yes. He is preparing to go up, I think, in 2 weeks. That's what I heard. I can't tell you that, but that's what I heard.
We'll get to the hair.
Biden was embarrassed.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah.
I don't care about all this. Biden said leave him up
Poor
there.
Biden.
Such a funny idea that Biden was like, leave him up there. Is this it?
Look at the
Maybe
hair
they'll
on that
love
lady.
each other. Yeah, he's going to talk about the hair. Ah, jeez. I don't know if this is it.
We're coming up to get you.
Here it is.
You've been up there so long. The most incompetent president in our
Ah, God. It's also funny because it cuts to them being like, we're not stuck. It's okay.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Elon. I said, can you get him out? Because, they've been left up there.
Ah, this is the same thing you already said. Oh, here we go.
Maybe they'll love each other. I don't know. But
Eh.
they've been left up there. Think of it.
What is this?
This is the worst
video
clip of
you
all
found?
time.
And
Ah,
Here it is.
jeez.
Here it is. Here it is.
with the wild hair, good
Oh, here we
solid
go.
head of hair she's got. There's no kidding. There's no games with her hair, but
There's no
and
games.
there's a danger up there too.
That's it. That's it. That's
All
the quote.
right, what a funny
That's
thing.
the
what a
quote I
weird
was
way to
looking
talk
for.
about
There's
her
no
hair.
games with her hair. I couldn't think of it.
She looks like buckwheat.
What a
That
head of
shit's going
hair.
Crazy.
There's no games with that.
Like Don King.
Is that even a saying? There's no games with that hair?
Yeah, she's not kidding with that hair.
That is so fucking funny. Sorry you had to hear all the other stuff, but man, that is good stuff. They're back, by the way. They got them.
Oh, great.
They're out of space.
Did
They're in
someone
space.
draw a swastika right on the rocket when it landed?
I don't think it was Musk's rocket. It was like a rocket that was already there and waiting.
Oh, because the news is like Musk saved them. Musk. It was all Musk and Starlink or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the hell happened there. They came back. It's like I talk about. There's certain stories that you're like, there's people in space. All right, I don't.
Yeah.
What the hell do I care?
Isn't that weird that that's not interesting? Oh,
Right.
somebody's lost in space and they're still alive and eating each other's cum. We're like, we got another
Well, you're
fire.
like, okay, well, you see them. There's the little video, and they're like, "Hi, we're up here," and they gotta
Yeah.
get them back, and you go, "Okay, get them back. I don't care.
It's a wacky time.
I got basketball to watch and a baby to fuck."
I always think if you took a guy in 1991, put him in a time machine, sent him to now, and he just like took some notes and went back, everybody would be like, you're insane. Like Kanye West is a Nazi. Alec Baldwin shot a lady. Trump, Donald Trump is president. There's painting swastikas on cars. There's a chainsaw in the White House. Nobody would believe it. You gotta go to an asylum.
Well, Kanye would be like, "Who the hell is John F. Kennedy?" Like, I never heard of that
That's
guy.
true. That's true.
And you could go back 91 and be like, "Magic Johnson, alive and well." They'd be like, "What are you, crazy?"
That's a good point.
In
yeah.
1991, I thought Magic Johnson was going to die by the end of the fucking AIDS special.
We all did. I mean, Eazy-E croaked, hit the floor.
Oh, yeah.
He had another AIDS epidemic. But, Johnson, killing it.
Oh, yeah. Or in all the movie theaters. Eazy-E used to be my homie, used to be my ace. Now I want to slap the taste right out your mouth.
Not a great rhyme.
No, but I think if you say it, used to be my homie, used to be my ace. Now I want to slap the taste right out your mouth.
I feel like he should have flipped it. Used to be my ace, but it tastes hip that out your mouth. Lose your taste. End on the ace.
Or face.
Or face. Or race.
Used to be my homie, used to be my ace. Now I want to slap your face. But I think a lot of these guys, they just say it. They're not like comics where they're rewriting and bouncing it.
No, not a lot of rewriting.
They just say it. I think they say it once and then they go, okay, that's good. Print it.
Freestyle.
Exactly.
Palestine. All right. Boy, we got a lot to get into here.
That's a great throat clear.
Yeah.
Palestine.
All right.
Rooney.
Clean slate.
Hey, folks, this story is brought to you by BlueChew. If you need a quick fix for a limp dick, BlueChew's got you covered. BlueChew is the OG for chewable tablets that can help you have better sex. You're just a few clicks away from getting hard. It's all done online. Just consult one of their licensed medical providers, and if you're approved, you get your prescription in days. You gotta love the BlueChew chewable tablet. Easy peasy, works every time. Just keep one in your pocket, you never know. Make life easier by getting harder and discover your options at BlueChew.com. And we've got a special deal for our fans. Try your first month of BlueChew free when you use promo code Tuesdays. Just pay $5 for shipping. That's promo code Tuesdays. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And thanks, BlueChew, for sponsoring the show. Hey, folks, Tuesday Stories brought to you by Huel. Cooking all the time is way too much work. Get easy meals that you can drink on the go with Huel. The Black Edition ready to drink is amazing. One bottle has 35 grams of protein, 27 vitamins and minerals, and low sugar. It's a perfectly balanced meal designed by experts to take the guesswork out of healthy eating. If that's not enough, it comes in chocolate and vanilla and tastes just like a milkshake. I love it. You know me, I love a shake. And now it's a shake that's healthy and good for you and gives you protein. So this is the win-win. Got to get on there, folks. Chug your protein. Stop wasting time in the kitchen. Just grab a Huel and get on with your day. It's portable. New customers visit Huel.com today and use code Tuesdays15 to get 15% off your first order plus a free gift. See our show notes for terms and conditions. That's Huel, Huel.com. Code Tuesdays15 for 15% off your first order and a free gift. What are you waiting for, folks? Get on it. Huel.
All right, you got some
Rooney.
stories. Hit me with the stories. I got a little bullshit. Give me some good bullshit.
Well, first things first. Speaking of Afro-Americanes.
Oh, boy.
So I had the in-law, not the, what do you call them? I guess in-laws. My wife's sister and her husband and their 2 kids here last week.
Wife's sister. So the baby's aunt.
Aunt, uncle,
Okay.
cousins.
And their cousins.
And the kids are 2 and 5. So these are young boys. They run in. They punch me in the nuts. They kill the cat. They open the fridge. They knock it over. They flip the table. They start a fire. They're in. It's like a hurricane coming in here. And so you're like, whoa, I'm holding the baby. And you're like, whoa, hey, it's like a Chevy Chase movie. And so that's crazy. Friday in this neighborhood, apparently, look this up at home, folks. Every Friday they have Friday fistfights. FFF. Not to be confused with the KKK, which we could use out here. But
oh, boy. Note the time.
FFF. Remember this? We got to bring that back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're fine. You can leave that in.
FFF. So get this. I go out to get a diaper or a binky or a condom because I don't want any other kids.
The big 3, by the way.
Yeah, the DPC. I come back. There's like 4 girls on my stoop. This is last Friday.
Oh.
And I hate the stoop. I know the stoop, it's like a weird unwritten rule in New York. It's like a public thing. You can sit on people's stoop. No one likes it. You can't say anything. It's a weird racial thing, so you just kind of got to eat it. I guess. But I'm like, there's like 6 girls on my stoop. They're all like, yelling and cutting up and filming each other. And I'm like, I got these in-laws in from the suburbs. They're nice people. They don't want to see this.
No.
It's terrifying.
Uh-huh.
So I go in and I'm walking in with the groceries. I look like a fucking dork dad, retard. And I walk up and I go, guys, guys, I got a baby in here. You mind moving it along? And they all look at me and they go, could you imagine doing that to an adult in 94 or whatever
what
you were?
age are the kids?
They're 15-year-old. They're like teenagers. They're like young, rambunctious, feisty teenagers.
Right.
And I go, hey, you mind moving it along? And they go, what? I go, this is my house. I got a baby. I'm using the baby because I feel like a baby's a good, you can't argue with a baby.
I'm all baby all the time. I'm
Best
like, let me
excuse.
get a free drink. I got a baby over here.
Yes.
Blow me. We have a baby.
Exactly. Baby is like our, when girls in school would go, it's a feminine issue. And the guy would go, okay,
Right.
go take the weekend off, go
Right.
nuts. So I go, hey, I got a baby in here. They go, they do this one. They're like, yeah, old man, scram. And I'm like, this is my house. So now I'm like, all right, now I'm pissed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm using like grown-up energy.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to summon. I'm not a grown-up. I'm a child. I'm a queef. I'm nobody.
Which is all I can think about. You still look young to me. I feel young. You feel young.
Yes.
The idea that, like, you're in your 40s with a kid and the proprietor of this townhouse
Right.
makes no sense to me.
0 cents.
We feel like two high school boys who should be in a one-bedroom apartment together on a seesaw.
I mean, look at this. This is on my shelf. Like, this is who we're dealing with here. There's
Yeah.
toys everywhere. There's jizz all in every corner. It's stuffed animals. I cry in here.
Yoda! You seek Yoda! That's dead on. How am I not
Yeah.
in tires? Let me come in and go, hey, tires!
Soder couldn't get in.
He can't do voices.
Can't get in, Soter can. So I'm like, all right. So now I'm pissed. So they're giving me the brush off, which is very insulting, very demeaning. So there you go, more toys. My dad's like, oh, you can give this to your son. I'm like, I'm keeping it. So,
Oh, yeah, I have that too. My son all the time is like, ball. And I'm like, that's an autographed Mookie Betts baseball, you piece of shit.
Yeah, easy, dickless. So I'm like, hey, you guys mind? And now I got the in-laws at the window, and they're going, what's going on out here? 'Cause I'm
Oh,
talking to
boy.
like 6 Queen Latifahs, if you will.
Uh-huh.
And so now they go, sir, could you move it along? We're going to do a fist fight. And I'm like, whoa, what? And they're like, it's Friday. We're doing our fights. So could you get out of our way? And I go, well, wait a minute. I don't give a shit if you guys are fighting, beat the fuck out of each other, go nuts. I'm not moving. This is my house. You guys should move. And they're like, could you just go inside? We're doing our own thing. And I'm like, do you realize the irony here? You're asking me to get out of your way on my stoop. So now
Right.
we're having this back and forth, and they're kind of like half-assing it. And I got 2 girls squaring up, and I'm fighting with like the leader. So I'm yelling at the leader who's down there, and these 2 girls are like, here we go. And then another girl's filming it. One girl's got a light and a boom mic, and it's Friday.
We don't even have that.
I know. Chuck, he was filming it. Rupert was out there eating. I don't know what that was about. But so now they're like fighting with me. The lady's like, just go inside. Leave us be. And I'm like, get off my stoop. So now we're going at it. These girls, one girl just goes, ding, ding, ding. And they just start doing this.
Did you say ring, ding, ding? Folks.
So they got the hair. I mean, it's girls. So it's hair and hair.
Wow.
I'm talking hardcore, fisticuffs, face to eyeball, over and over, multiple times. And then they did it for like a minute straight. And then the girl goes, ding, ding, that's enough. They got the whole thing on tape. And I look in my house, and then my in-laws are at the window like, I got 2 young boys at the bottom of the window, and then the 2 adults like, what the fuck? We drove in from the suburbs to see this shit? What is going on? Like, what neighborhood are you living in? And I'm like, welcome to New York. This is Brooklyn, bitch. And so they just fought, and then I went inside, and she goes, you going to call the police? I'm like, no, I'm not going to call the police, but like, get the fuck out of here. So they eventually left.
And you got to be careful, too. This is also tricky. You got to do careful stepping.
Exactly.
It's eggshells because you can't be like, hey, get out of here, you fucking,
Beep, boop,
whatever. Because this is your home. They know where you live. It's not like
Exactly.
you're in front of Starbucks. You're at your home, and they can come back and rub baby dirty diapers on your window.
I would kill for a dirty diaper. They're going to come in and break the windows and, steal my couch. So you're right. I had to play it kind of authority, but also not, yell at them, because part of me is like, fuck it, I'm going in, I'm getting a pot of water, I'm just going to throw it on them, But you gotta tap dance a little bit. So the fist fight happens. So then I come back inside, and it's the talk of the town. My sister-in-law is like, what the fuck was that? Does that happen all the time? Like, it's the first time it's ever happened. I'm sorry you had to see that. She's like, this is insane. Where do you guys live? Because she's out in the cute burbs in Massachusetts.
Yeah, she's on the Cape, isn't she?
No, she's in, I don't want to say, but.
Oh, I know.
Bleep that. It's like this beautiful little town. There's not a stitch of garbage or graffiti.
You can say that. No one's gonna look for them.
I guess. I don't know.
It's totally anonymous.
That's true. But so they're out there in that cute little town, and they had to see that. It was so embarrassing, and the whole thing was a bummer. But I looked down the way down at Barclays, and the dudes are fighting. And it was like the WNBA versus the NBA, because this has like a giant audience. Cops are jumping in. These guys are beating the fuck out of each other.
This happens on Friday night?
Every Friday. So today, you want to come back and bring some popcorn and some money and just get in there. Woohoo! And you can make some dough.
Well, I thought you were going to talk about the other thing that happened over here. Did you have any story for that?
That was the same night. So they might be connected.
Oh, my God. I had an anonymous friend send me a message. He goes, you might want to change studios. 52-year-old man stabbed by 4 teenagers.
That was
Chest,
them.
ass, tits, asshole. He's dead, Jerry. Dead.
They shanked him. Legion of Shanks.
Right over here.
Yeah.
That's terrifying. I don't want you on the subway. I don't want May on the... You take the subway. What do I care?
Sure.
But May, this child needs a mother.
I know.
You can't have her taking the train around here.
It's wild. It was a melee out there. It looked like Lollapalooza '94. I mean, it was just,
Melee.
She's Asian now. But, so it was insane out there, and every Friday. So I'm flying out tonight. I told the lady, lock the door and put a chair in front of it, because, it was no joke. It was WWE.
Oh, boy, oh, boy. Well, don't worry. I think it's going to be fine. Trump is going to get the cops going. The new mayor, Corinne Fisher, it's going to be Cuomo. I feel like Cuomo's in a big lead out there.
Is
That's
that
what
right?
I heard. That's the last thing I heard. I'm not following that closely. We got an update on that? Cuomo, because he's got, I love it. I kind of love it because he's like, he touched my leg.
Right.
He kissed my asshole.
No
and then
Cuomo.
he was like, all right, I'm out. And then a couple years later, he's like, I'll come back.
I know.
And everyone's like,
know.
all right, get back in here, you son of an onion.
Everyone's full of shit. Like this Gavin Newsom guy, he's on a pod. He's like, the trans sports, it's very unfair. And you're like, you said the exact opposite 10 minutes ago. Like,
I know.
What do you guys stand for? Kamala works at McDonald's? What's going on?
Yeah, you got to flip-flop. It's the same as the industry. Everyone's like, well, the money's over here now, so we're going over this way.
Yeah, I get it, but it just bums me out when everybody's like, you said this, you're fired. 10 minutes later, maybe I think that. You're like, well, what about the shit you called me a bigot for 2 years?
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, your boy RFK, he flips sides too.
Everybody flips sides.
What do you got there?
Cuomo holds a double-digit edge.
Double digit.
Whoa.
Indicates he could launch his campaign this weekend.
Well, he was
He
a
hasn't
good
launched?
politician.
Yeah, this was like 2 weeks ago too.
Oh,
He was
wow.
good. He was a gropey wop. He was like, hey, tits.
Yeah, I think
you know?
so.
He's Italian. He's greasy.
I think he's like Dustin Hoffman too. He got Me Too. And I think he was like, hey, nice tits, sweetie. All right, what are we shooting next? Oh,
Hey.
I can smell your pussy. Get over here. Hey, look at your bush. Fuck it. You know what I mean?
Talent's talent, folks.
I think, great. I think it was that kind of stuff. But what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Carmen Lynch has a great fucking bit. She has many great bits.
Sure, I love Carmen Lynch. Underrated. Her special's on my YouTube channel.
Get in there, folks.
Yeah, so that was the first thing. So these guys got a real front row seat to some. It's weird to see women going at it. It's one thing to see a bunch of teenager dudes, having a brouhaha, but these are two broads and young broads. So once I've orgasmed, I went inside.
Damn it. Yeah, I've told the story before. I had a couple things. We had a fucking 3-day period where our front door, the lock was broken.
Ugh.
And in that time, we had a little foyer. You were there, the old place in Astoria. It
Sure.
was 2 doors. There was a little foyer thing with mail. And one time we had 3 kids passed out smoking, I think, stronger than weed. What's the thing that they have in Europe?
PCP.
Hash.
Oh, hash.
Maybe it was
Sheesh.
hash. I'm thinking. That's complete speculation. But it was like a
Yikes.
pipe of weed, and it was smoke, and they were all like, maybe it was crack or whatever too, but they didn't
Whoa.
seem all. They were like kids. And I had to be
Yikes.
like, hey guys, you gotta leave.
Hash Patel.
And then the other time, you remember, I had the guy fucking. It was like 2 teenagers fucking in my
yeah.
door, and it was crazy. And you're like, this is what's so fascinating about it. I mean, this is different because you have a stoop, but like,
Right.
just our lock was broken. So it makes me think, I'm like, are kids just pulling on every door to see which one's unlocked so they can fuck in
Maybe.
the foyer?
Maybe, and you try to channel your old self. Because when I was we were 50, we were, degenerates. I was fucking in cars and pissing in lobbies.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, and I always want to yes and you, but I do have a slight discrepancy where you're like, can you imagine us 15 saying, "Hey, fuck you"?
Yeah.
I feel like if we were 15 hanging out in someone's yard and they were like, the old man was like, get out of here, we'd fucking go get milk and throw him at his
That's true.
face and
Yeah, I
fucking
guess
moon
so.
him. What do you call that? Droop him and...
Droop 'em. I don't know, drooping.
Oh, yeah, droop was... Did you have droop? Pants. When you pants
Oh.
somebody. But we called it droop.
Oh, I like droop.
Like, droop?
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Like, we were not always... I was a respectful boy for the most part. But a lot of the kids, you'd go, hey, get off my lawn. They'd be like, we'll be back tonight, you piece of shit.
Right.
And, you know, draw dicks and stuff on their forehead.
I completely agree, but I think my point is if an adult pointed at me and said something, I was like, oh, shit. I was a
Right.
little scared.
Yeah, yeah.
Again, I would come back and droop his wife or whatever, but at the moment, I was like, grown up. I'm still scared of grown ups. My wife's mom is upstairs, and I'm like, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. I'm terrified.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But yeah, no fear of adults, and hopefully they don't come back and firebomb the place. But pretty crazy, wild thing to see, and tonight's the night, so... I'm
boy.
going to get a ring cam out here and start a whole production company. I'm going to sell
you gotta.
FFF.
You should have a camera for sure.
I should, yeah.
Oh my God, what are you, crazy?
Maybe I'll get Rupert to just sit out there, just filming.
With the couch cushion like Kramer? Yeah. They were very taken by it. Now, Rupert will break your stoop, but
Stooping.
yeah, you should get a thing for sure. A little motion, especially down here with all this stuff.
Stoop DeVille. Yeah, I should. You're right. I got the bars up. That helps. That's a peace of mind right there.
Bars is big. I think you should also get a little window
I should get a shade, yeah, because they can see right in and go, what terrible show is that?
Well, it's hard to see in, actually, because I can never see
Oh,
you.
really?
I always feel like I'm doing this in the daytime. I think at nighttime you could really...
Oh, yeah.
Plus-
I write in here, and it's so embarrassing because I'm like,
yeah.
I got the pen like a microphone, and people walk by like, what is this guy, schizophrenic?
Plus, in the summer, crime goes up.
That's true.
Everybody's out.
That's true. Spike Lee, do the right thing.
Was that right?
That was all. The whole premise was like, it's the heat wave, so everybody's angry and
Right,
fighting.
right.
It's a heat wave.
I never loved that movie. I've watched it 10 times. Every time I watch it, I'm like, this time I'm going to really love it.
You know, I just rewatched it, and I got about halfway, and it's like a play, you know, with
Yeah.
the characters and the dialogue, but it's well done, but I don't know if it's a great movie. It's pretty. It looks cool. It's different, like Radio Raheem's right into the camera and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So it's very unique. But as a film, I don't know if it's great, but it's interesting.
It's interesting. It's good. It's boring.
A little boring.
And then the long scene where they're in the bedroom and they're talking.
Yeah,
it's like this jazzy number thing. And then the opening 10 minutes is her doing the Running Man.
Yeah, that was
Like,
strange.
get out of here with this. And then,
It's very artsy. It's like black artsy.
yeah. And then they're so mean to Danny Aiello. He's been so good to him. I just
Yeah.
frustrated. But that's the point.
I guess so.
I get it.
How come you got no brothers on your wall?
Yeah.
I guess I should get some brothers.
Yeah. Well, I always had I had a big brother on my wall, and I felt like I was representing. I was like, look at this big black man, and it turned out he was a serial rapist, so I had to take
got
it
him.
down.
Yeah, he's still on mine.
I had to. I put it on Twitter at one point, thinking I was like, should I take this down? I was like, kind of trying to be funny, and then people were like, "What are you crazy? This is horrible. Get it down now. Break it. Fucking use the glass to kill yourself. You
really?
piece of shit." And I was like,
Wow.
"Oh, sorry."
Man, oh man.
Yeah. At least he's in the corner.
Yeah, I got him tucked away. He only comes out at night. But yeah, so crazy to see. And
All right. So what else you got over there?
so okay, so then we have our big Friday night out. You know, we're taking the in-laws out. I got a nice dinner reservation at El Quixote.
Find a different night to go out, for Christ's sake.
Well, they're only here a couple days.
Oh my God, it's like the Warriors out here.
It was. Come out and play. Come out and gay. So we go to El Quixote. We get some paella, and then my brother-in-law. He's a wild card. He's a fun-loving dude. So he goes, got some shrooms,
Oh my God.
and I go, well, we're drinking. We got the baby.
I
We have a
like
sitter
this.
with the baby. So
I
I'm
don't like this one bit.
but then you don't want to say no, do you? You want to be folksy. You want to be yes and with the
That's
in-laws.
not what folksy means.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Folksy's like gardening and being like, well, I wouldn't mind digging your plants, honey. I'm only kidding.
Oh, is that folksy?
That might be a little dirty for folksy.
Yeah, it's a little dirty.
That's,
Okay,
I
'cause
bet that's
folksy,
body.
then I'm folksy, jokesy.
Yeah, I get quite folksy with some of my lady friends.
Yeah, so I go, I can't, I don't want to be a wuss. I don't want to be a square. So I go, give me the hallucinogens, you cum-stained fatty bitch. And I pop that thing. And then you're like, it all hits you. You're like, holy shit, I'm drunk. I'm tripping. Then you got a baby at home, so you see like a baby fly by your head, And I have a flight in the morning because I'm flying to Chicago. So then you're like, oh, the flight. So you're thinking about all your responsibilities, and you're shroomed up, and you're fucked up, and you're on no sleep. And so ended up doing shrooms. We stay up way too late. Clock goes off. I go, I'm on 2 hours of sleep, and I go right to the airport, and I am in so much pain. The shroom hangover, no one talks about it. You are ruined, like mentally.
Oh, is that right?
Oh my God. Like, well, especially if you get no sleep and you're hungover.
I knew ecstasy was. I heard ecstasy is like 2 days of suicidal fucking.
That's
horrible.
bad. Real, but coke I hear is bad too. Like you're just like, I want to kill myself. I hate life. Who am I? What am I doing? I'm a piece
I never
of shit.
did coke. Nobody ever said anything good about coke when I was coming up.
No,
Everyone was like, you don't want to do coke. It's crazy. There was like secret.
It's not worth it. You start talking. We're gonna write a screenplay. We're gonna open a bar. We're gonna buy Greenland and change it to Gulf of America. You say crazy shit.
I was like that without coke. I was always like, we're gonna write a movie tonight.
That's true.
First,
You
we're gonna
were.
go to Walmart and get a whiteboard. That was always my move. And then by the
Right.
time we got the whiteboard, I was like, it was a good bite on it. We'll try tomorrow.
Right. Or you go to Walmart. You just start breaking shit.
I did a lot of that
Yeah.
too.
All right. So, the flight was delayed, blah, blah, blah. Flights are scary now because everything's flipping over and female pilots. Who knows what's going on? So you get on that flight and you kind of just like try to get a nap in. You can't get a nap in. Land in Chicago. You're on no sleep. And you go, all right, what do I got to do? Oh, I got 3 sets at the Den.
Whoa.
So here's what happened. Now it's Saturday night. I'm doing Adam Ray, Dr. Phil, on Sunday.
We love you, Adam. Let's go.
You're the man.
Nobody says let's go more than Adam Ray.
That's true.
Let's go.
Let's go. So Adam Ray's got the Chicago theater sold out. Me, Santino, Chevy Chase are the guests.
This is going to be the biggest episode. Mark my words. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know anything about anything, but that's going to be the #1 selling episode of all time. Mine's me and Annie Letterman.
That's tough.
Mine's going to get 14,000 views. I mean, that is going to be, that could be like a 7 million, 8 million
No,
views.
well, the thumbnail's gonna pop, I think, because
But what's the
Santino's
most
huge.
views? Can we get a quick reading? What's the biggest Dr. Phil live episode? Just numbers.
I'm gonna go 1.5. I don't think they're breaking 2 mil.
Oh, I don't know about that. I think he's got some 2 mils.
He's got some star power in there. He's got some wacky celebrities. He's got like,
Tony Hawk was on one.
oh, really?
I think.
I think you're right.
Did I make that
Then he
up?
has like Urkel, or he'll have Wayne Brady, or he'll have Adam Devine, or he'll have Burr, or he'll have Jelly. Like he's all over the road. This guy.
But you, Santino, and Chevy Chase. Although younger people might not know who the fuck Chevy Chase is.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
That's a thing now.
What did I just have? Oh, I had a thing last night. Sorry, we got to get back to the story. But
No.
there was a guy in the front with a Batman shirt. And I said something about Michael Keaton was Batman, who was a comedian. And I was like, that'd be like if in 2 years I was Batman.
Oh, that's funny.
And then I was like, the crowd was just staring at me. I was like, I feel like a lot of you guys don't know who Michael Keaton. You don't even know what I'm talking about.
Wow,
I think
isn't
they're
that
like,
weird?
Mike, what is Michael Keaton?
And he's still around.
Yeah, but he's 70, whatever.
I had a similar joke because it's the Bob Hope Airport in L.A. And I'm like, isn't that weird? An airport named after a comedian? Could you imagine flying in? We're flying into Cat Williams Airport, and no one cared because they're like, who's Bob Hope?
Right.
So, yeah, I had a similar thing.
What do you got there?
Bill Burr, 3.3 million.
3.3 million.
Okay, I take it all back. Wow.
So you guys, you could, I think 4 million. You, Santino, Chevy?
I think you're dreaming, but I appreciate the optimism.
Well,
Fatty.
we'll see.
All right, so
You're
we
very
fly in.
popular.
So we fly in to L.A. No, to West Orange, New Jersey. So we fly in, and it's one of those things where you have the Sunday show, so you're like, hey, I'm going to Chicago, hot market, hot town, hot Atlanta. So let me do 3 at this Den. Everybody raves about the Den.
Yes.
But you don't predict that you're going to be hungover, on no sleep, and want to kill yourself.
Uh-huh.
So I get there, and you're like, oh, I got 3 shows. And the flight was delayed. The first show's at 5, then a 7, then a 9. I get in at 4.
Oh.
So you got no prep time, you got no jerk time, you got no hang time. So I go straight to the Den. You're all greasy. I'm shroomed up. I'm covered in paella. And you just got to do it. You just do the shows, and they were great.
Pagaya.
Yes. That sounds like a Asian guy. Pagaya.
Wait, I forgot I retired the voice. It's
No,
out. The
don't
voice is
retire
out.
it. That guy's got to
Get
stay.
that. I'm trying to get some more acting roles.
Well, they should hire you as an Asian. let's go all the way. Meet you at the finish line.
You understand everything. You have all the ideas. You get me 2 pieces of Scotch tape. You get me in there.
Yes, you're Mickey Rooney. Mickey Looney. So, the show is, by the way, this den, I gotta give a shout out. This is one of the great rooms. It's unreal. I'm wearing the sweater now to rep them. I love the den.
I keep hearing about the den.
Sam Morril shot his special there. You walk in, you go, oh. It's one of those rooms.
He tried to get me to shoot my special at the den after I told him where I was shooting.
Yeah, that was awkward.
That's always classic.
Well, get him a book about basketball. That'll save it.
You're marrying Susan. You should be marrying Shelley, you know?
Yeah, that's a tough go. You made the plans, you bought the venue, you got the cake.
But now, and the den is down the street from Zany's, so Zany's is none too happy about this. I
guess
imagine.
not. But they're an institution. They're there for the long haul. But this den, I mean, they are doing it right. It's a perfect layout. And we had 3 great sets. Tim Smith opened. He's the man.
I know a Tim Smith.
Funny guy.
Well, mine's not a comedian. He's a merchant marine.
Well, that's a common name.
I guess so.
Hoorah! What's a merchant marine? I know
merchant marine is
there's
different
US
than a marine. A merchant marine is, I think we've had this conversation
Does he
before.
sell things? Is he really good at selling?
No, he's a sailor. All the people that are on the ships that are shipping all the things, they're all merchant marines. It means it's water, like a mariner, basically. It's nothing to do with the U.S. Marine
Seattle?
Corps. Yeah, they're the mariners.
Sure.
It's like someone that works on a ship.
A
sailor.
Mariner.
A merchant marine is a sailor, basically. But
Got
sailor, you think of like gay and a white shirt and
in
little
the
brown
Navy.
shoes, and they're doing this.
The seamen.
But like the people that are like Captain Phillips. You ever see Captain Phillips?
I'm the captain now.
That's a hell of a film. They're merchant marines.
Got it. By the way, that guy, that gangly Somalian kook.
Oh yeah,
he got nominated.
Yeah,
never worked again.
Yeah, I think he has that one thing. Well, the Oscars are all silly. They're like, oh, we'll get it. It's the thing that's so offensive about the left, if I may, for lack of a better term. They're like, there's a little retarded African man. Let's nominate him. Yes. It's the same with like a 7-year-old. It's like, let's give it to her.
Right.
A little black girl. And you're like, she's fine. She's got a whole career.
Right.
It just feels so like, give him a chance to win.
And it's so obvious. It'll be like Jack Nicholson, George Clooney, Takembe Babumba. It's always some crazy African
and
name.
he was very good. He was great. He was great.
I mean, he was born for that role. He's got the
course.
look and the teeth and the accent.
Yeah. You talking about me?
Yes. You could play that role. A little blackface, clean up.
I'm the captain now. I'm the captain now.
Yes.
This is a good show.
That's a funny program.
I think this is one hell of a television program. By the way, I got this. Where do you stand on this?
Please.
And I know it's not a technical thing, but I was saying to the Louis Gomez, who's very argumentative, this man.
You think?
I said, Kill Tony is more of a TV show than a podcast. And then he's like, it's literally a podcast. I'm like, it gets released as a podcast, but it's a show.
It's a show. It's got a panel.
It's it's like
studio audience.
And I know it started as a podcast or whatever, but like Real Time comes out as a podcast.
But
it's a show.
Good point.
It's a TV show. This is a podcast. 2 assholes talking into a microphone on a couch, blowing each other.
Yeah, no audience, no production, no guests. This is a podcast.
Kill Tony has a warm-up band, a host, a side guy, a sound guy.
Yeah, of course.
It feels like a TV show.
I hate that kind of argument where you go, but it's literally a podcast. You're like, I know, but it's more of a show. But it's a podcast. I know, I'm just saying it's similar to a TV show.
And you understand what I'm saying. It's not, there's a big difference between WTF and Kill Tony.
Right. I hate when people do that, when you have a point and they spin it over here.
With semantics.
Yes. You know, you go, that guy, he's gay. He finally came out of the closet. Like, well, it wasn't actually a closet. I know. It's a fucking term of endearment or whatever.
I'm anti-semantics. Has that been done? Have we done that before?
I've heard that, yeah.
I think we've probably done that.
That's good stuff.
All right.
So, yeah. What the hell? So I go to Chicago. We do the den. And it's one of those things where Tim Smith, the opener, funny guy, he's like, we drinking? And I'm like, I never want to see you again. I'm going to bed. I got the shittiest hotel, and I hit the sleep button. 10 hours.
Wow.
I mean, it felt so good. You know, that was the first road gig, basically. And 10 hours through and through. I mean, I missed, I had the sir, you got to check out. Except it was like a, hello.
Right.
Get to go.
But
So
that's nice. You can get it because I feel like sometimes after a while you get trained. Because now I go on the road and I'm like, I'm gonna fucking take 7 p.m. But then your body's like, bloop, and I'm just up at 6 a.m.
Well, I took a heavy load of drugs. I shot a fucking dart in my neck. I put a Cosby record on. I popped an Ambien. I was out.
You got a dart in your neck. Remember how funny
Old
that was?
school?
Old school.
Yeah.
The dart. That whole scene was amazing.
You're
what happened to that
crazy,
guy?
man.
I like you. You're crazy. What happened to that guy?
Sean William Scott
Yeah, is he around?
Jennings. I don't know. He was big. He was American Pie. He was Stifler.
Yeah, he was huge.
He was big. He was funny.
Very funny.
Funny guy. Had a funny
doing?
look.
Oh man, that scene in Old School that's pure gold.
I mean, that movie is top notch. There's so much gold in that movie.
Artie Lang is in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's great.
You're my boy, Blue.
Unbelievably funny movie.
Yeah, that was great.
I always say this is older now than Monty Python and the Holy Grail was when we were boys.
Great. I saw that in college, that movie. And I was in college when that came out. It was like a perfect storm. It was like being a kid when Michael Jackson's around.
Wow. By the way, I was at the indoor playground that you jumped in the ball pit. They're still talking about it.
That was a great ball pit.
All Michael Jackson yesterday. I'm like, you guys are just playing Michael Jackson. I'm not for cancel culture, but it's like, oh, pretty young thing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, there's just pretty young things walking around there playing pretty young thing.
That is crazy.
By the way, I had this for the first time. My biggest fear, the thing I've been fearing since we decided to have a child, lady going, oh my God, I can't believe you're a comedian. That's so funny. Can I just Google you? Are you famous? Can I watch your stuff? And I'm like, oh, here we go.
Oh, no. That's bad. That's the first thing she opens.
I mean, that and just I ended our show by being like, fuck a kid, join the Patreon.
Right. I think
terrible.
you can make a living on this Asian voice.
I don't know. It's retired.
Well,
It's
here's
all
what I
over.
don't get. That's cultural appropriation. You put a triangular hat on, you go out to a rice paddy, and you go, oh, with the eye tape and the mustache and the buck teeth.
And the small dick.
And the small dick. You'll get in trouble for cultural appropriation there, fatty. But if Kanye wears a swastika, we're so wrapped up in the Nazi of it all that he's appropriating. He's not an actual Nazi. He's wearing the Nazi symbols. He's saying he's a Nazi, but he's not a Nazi. Isn't that appropriation?
I guess so, but I think the being a Nazi trumps the taking the fashion.
I know, but if we're going to appropriate and yell at people, you have to go all the way.
Well, people are upset with Kanye.
They're upset about the swastika. They're not going, a couple Nazis should pipe up and go, hey, that's our thing. You're appropriating our culture.
But I think the Nazis would be like, all right, we got a good guy. We got a guy on our side.
Well, now you're saying the Nazis are more open-minded than regular people. Because if I put on a dashiki, I'm a frontline news, or if I do a fucking hoya face paint at a baseball game, I'm an asshole.
What's a dashiki again?
That's like an African garb.
What's garb? Sounds like it's short for garbage. That's
Are
no
you
good.
garb?
Oh, garment. Is it garm? I think it's garm.
Garb would make more sense.
Garment.
Yeah.
Garb. What's the root word of garb?
Garm to table.
Clothing or dress, especially of a distinctive or special kind.
So it's just garb.
Thank you.
It's no full word?
Yeah, why garb? Yeah, it sounds like an alien. Oh, shit, garb. He's coming down to Earth.
Garb sounds cute, like a furry alien.
Oh, yeah,
Hey,
garb.
I'm garb.
I want to hug garb. He's got big eyes. He's like a gizmo.
Just sounds very much like garbage.
Gizmo, yeah.
You add age to garb, it's garbage.
The garb man is here.
That could be a bit. Old garb. That's
It's
garbage.
Yeah,
garbage.
It's worn out. It's used.
Garbage.
I like it.
All right, we got some stuff.
Yes.
I think this is a top 10 episode all time, if you ask me.
Hell yeah. So yeah, I'm just saying, no one gets mad about the appropriating because the Nazi trumps the appropriation.
Yes. Nazis bad.
Nazi's bad. It's funny how Elon is like, hey, I'm Heiling. Or whatever, and everybody's like, he's a Nazi, and he's like, I'm not a Nazi, I'm just mentally nuts, or I'm off. And then Kanye's like, I'm not mentally off, I'm a Nazi.
Right. It's the old, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
It's good for the Nazis, good for the African American.
The flipperoo.
Aha. So yeah, we do the den, it was great. Then don't you love this? We're at the Ritz. Adam Ray, shout out. He puts you up at a nice joint.
What?
Yes.
I was at the Holiday Inn. What is this?
I was eating a Ritz cracker.
It was better than Holiday Inn, but it wasn't the Ritz.
Was it the Express?
That was in Milwaukee. It was nice.
They don't
it was
have a
very
Ritz.
nice. It was I don't know what it was.
Doubletree,
No.
Marriott, Hilton,
Might have been
Hyatt,
Hilton-y. It was Hilton-y.
9/11.
Something. It was something nice, but I mean,
Okay.
Ritz. Get the fuck.
Yeah, it was a doozy. I mean, you want to just go, give me the money. I'll stay at the fucking Red Roof.
I'm the opposite. I want the steam room, the gym, the big bed with the fluffy blanket and the stuffy pillow.
Not me. I don't want any of the stuff. I'll take the cash and the Red Roof fentanyl.
Oh, I love a guy with a big hat and white gloves and a
Oh,
condom,
yeah.
and the lady's nice.
You want Home Alone 2. Come on in, Mr. McAllister. Trump is here, and there's a pigeon lady.
How about when they edited out Trump? Is that the
Did
funniest?
they?
Yeah, I think TBS or something, or some guy wanted to edit something. I don't know, it was
That's
something
so
there, but maybe that was
retarded.
made up. It was just clickbait.
I think he's in there. He's in there front and center.
There was some story about it, which I thought was hilarious.
You know, it was weird when they edited out Chris D'Elia in a movie and put in Tig Notaro.
Really?
Yeah, like you couldn't have it's like the poll. It was such a fuck you to D'Elia. They're like, we're putting in the exact opposite as you. Although they both like pussy.
Yeah. They could have gotten a fat black woman.
I guess you're right. I guess
red
it's not
hair.
the opposite. Good point. So yeah, you sleep all day, you go to the Ritz, and then you get the. I love being on the road because you're like, I'm gonna go get a lunch. I'm gonna do like a long lunch alone.
I love the road.
Headphones in, eggs, big coffee, and then
Yes, it's a big coffee.
big coffee, and then Santino hits you with this one. Let's hang out. So we hang out at the Ritz bar, and we just start drinking.
That's fun.
And then, of course, you head over to the theater, and it's just a hoot and a holler. And no one knew Chevy Chase was on. He just showed up.
Yeah, he's a prickly one. That guy.
He's a
shifty fella.
persnickety cunt, and he shows up in a wheelchair. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that.
Oh, well, he's in public, I guess.
Yeah, I guess he just rolled right up, but he was backstage, and he rolled, and you're like, who's the gimp? Oh, geez, that's fucking Clark Griswold. He's a cripple now.
Wow.
And, they shimmy him up and they walk his ass on stage and he goes, fuck you, fuck all you, blow me, N-word, and he leaves.
How old is Chevy? He's a spicy one. Now, our friend Tony Day, our mutual friend, past guest, who we just adore, he's become close friends with Chevy. He's like the Chevy whisperer, because every story you hear is like, Chevy set fire to my houseplants. Chevy fucked my dog in the ass.
Yes.
Chevy fell off a ladder.
Chevy Suburban.
Yeah, and then Tony Dale's like, he couldn't be nicer. He came to his birthday party. He's friends with his wife. He's like, we have the best time. They tour together.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a fucking legend. I see the guy, and even though he's in a wheelchair and he's got all these handlers, Chelsea Handler, you're like, whoa, it's fucking Chevy Chase. And you want the photo, but you don't want to bother him, so I didn't even meet him.
He's my number one favorite comedic actor. I literally over Groucho and fucking
Will Ferrell, Jim Carrey, Eddie
Chaplin.
Murphy.
I mean, him doing this on the ladder and Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just.
This is crazy. Yeah, he's great.
He's my number one guy. I just think he's the greatest.
And he knows it. He's like, I'm the man.
Yeah.
I'm Chevy. I'm Clark. Get out of my way. I'll punch a moose nose.
Well, I think I might have told the story before. I don't know how public it is, but we had a friend. Maybe I told it here. We had a friend that had a sitcom that he was about to shoot, and they were trying to cast his father. And they have like a book. This is how like Hollywood works. There's like a book of actors in the thing. You can flip through and be like, oh, I like this guy. And Chevy was in there, and it was like the shower head scene in Seinfeld. He's like, I want this one. He's like, oh, we don't sell that. It's for elephants. And he sees Chevy. He's like, oh, let's get Chevy. And they're like, oh, that's not supposed to be in there. And they take it out, and they're like ripping it up. They're like, we can't have him. Yeah. They're like, oh, no, he shouldn't be in there. He's like, but that's who I want. I want Chevy. And they're like, no, that's for the circus.
Yeah.
And
That's high pressure water.
Because there's also that story of Community. Is that what the show?
Yes.
They didn't invite him to the rap party.
I know. Apparently, he was a little difficult
Yeah.
on the set with the slurs and the Glovers and the whole thing.
And then there's another story about him he showed up at UCB one night. And this is all, what's that?
Hearsay.
Hearsay, speculation,
Hearsay.
third party.
Sure.
Well, the story about the ripping the thing up is first party. I don't even know what that means.
First
Is there
world.
a second party?
That's the same with first world, third world. There's no second world.
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know. Maybe we're second world.
It's also all the same world. There's one world. Oh, we're the new world. This brave
Wait.
new world. Huxtable?
It's my world. You're living in it.
Yeah.
Then there's a whirlpool.
But anyways, the story was, he shows up at UCB, Upright Citizens Brigade Theater,
We are the world.
and one of the comics there, the improv comics, walks up to Chevy. By the way, it's freezing down here.
Is it? Hit that red button
It's like
there,
50
fatty.
degrees all of a sudden. So Chevy walks up and he goes, there's one of the actors walks up and goes, Chevy, I can't believe you're here. You're the reason I became an improv actor. I love you. You're my number one hero, and you're the reason I live my life, and I just want to be like you. I remember the first moment, and Chevy slapped him across the face.
Whoa!
He's like this.
Was that you?
Which is, by the way, the funniest thing you
That's
could
very
possibly
funny.
do.
It's very funny, but it's
psychotic.
assault, brother. Yeah, that's insane. Wow, we got to get that guy on. I want to hear that story. That's a guest.
Oh, he's probably an annoying. He's an improv guy.
That's true.
Probably
Good
got
point.
tight pants and a weird hat. He probably lives down the street from you.
Yes, and. Yeah, so Chevy wheels out. I couldn't even hear what he was saying, but I'll check out the video. And then I go out, and then Santino goes out. We're hammered. We're having a great time. It's a hard show because you're all unscripted. And I'm in front of 3,400 people at the Chicago Theater, and he's like, "What's new with you?" And you're like, how about that Gaza? You know, you're like, what do I say? I don't know. I got nothing prepared. Let me see the questions.
Right. Well, and I talked about this a couple weeks ago when I was on. Like, they love him.
They love him.
And he did 30 minutes of crowd work as Dr. Phil, and the place is like, they're swinging from the rafters
Of
and
course.
blowing each other.
Of course.
And then I come out and I'm like, well, I started in Whitman.
Oh, boo.
You
Yuck.
suck.
Yeah, I know. It's so true. And you get a nice ovation walking out, and he's great. He's so good at the show.
Oh,
but
he's awesome.
it is a lot of pressure, and you feel like you're bombing. So what I did was there was like a 10-year-old in the front row. I just like, let's get him up here.
Oh, that's
So
fun.
you can fuck with the kid. And now it's killing because we got a subject matter.
Right.
So then Santino fucked with the kid. The kid was the whole show. And then it was one of these things where you're like, can we use that? I mean, we did 800 fuck this kid in the ass jokes. We did 900 pedophile jokes. Of course, that's where it's going to go to. And the dad just gave us, it was like, Adam Ray goes, can we use all this? This is your son. You're going to go to CPS. Your wife's going to divorce you. And the dad goes,
Oh, no. Okay, so you got permission. By
We
the way,
got
I love that
permission.
you put separate categories for pedophilia and fuck your son in the ass. That's two different kinds of jokes.
well, that's 2 different weekends.
There's 800 jokes about fucking in the ass and 900 about pedophilia.
Yeah, he's a cute kid too. He was a good sport. And I go, who's your favorite comedian? He goes, Adam Ray. And I go, who's your second favorite? He goes, Matt Rife. I mean, the kid was adorable.
Oh, that's adorable. That's
Yeah.
very sweet.
So yeah, he'll be missed. But yeah, we had a great show. And then we hit the bar after, and that was it. But boy, that show it's an institution.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see that and my ep. I'm not going to watch my ep. I don't know why I said that. I'm not going to watch your ep either.
I won't
don't know what the hell
watch
I'm
any of
talking
it.
about.
I don't even like comedy.
Most things I say I'm going to watch, I'm not going to watch.
No,
I'm like, oh, I'll check it out.
right.
I say I'll check it out 50 times a day.
Crazy.
I'll
I do
check
that
it out.
too. Yeah, you know what's the worst is when someone goes, "You got to check this out." You go, "I'll check it out." They go, "Oh, here it is." And you're
Oh,
like,
God, I
"No."
can't with that.
And the first thing you do is you go, "How long is it?" They always look for that little number at the bottom.
No, that's right. You got to be like, hey, just send it to me. I don't want to watch it.
Yeah. All right, sorry, I've been hogging. What do you got there?
That's all right.
Fatty?
Well, we're at an hour here.
Oh, jeez.
But we're recording 9 episodes in 3 days. So I got a bunch of stuff, but I'll save it for Monday.
oh, jeez, you got stuff?
I got
I
some
feel
stuff.
horrible.
That's all right. We got more time. The show's not over.
That's true.
The episode's over. The show's not over.
Thank God. What are we? 12 years running here?
Something like that. Might be more.
Woo-wee.
11? I think it's 11. Let's talk about some things, though.
Where are you gonna be there, Fatty?
Oh, I got some big stuff. I have no idea when this comes out.
No one does.
Hold on. Let me find the page. Well, first of all, big fucking crazy news. Tom Dustin, Portrait of a Comedian. I keep talking about it. It is coming to a theater near you. Oh, God, my fucking tax stuff. I hate tax stuff. It gives me such a fucking thing. Any kind of like You see that email?
Yeah.
By the way, I talked to Craig Brooks. Did I tell you?
Oh, God. What
Had
did he
a
say?
long talk.
Because the stock's through the floor right now.
I
with the
know. I had a long
Tesla,
talk.
the
He said we're going to
astronauts.
be okay.
All right. Thank you.
Well, he said, he said Trump's a fucking big. Well, I don't want to say exactly what he said because he's a professional. But
yeah.
he said, there's a lot of nonsense going. But eventually, because he's just going, tariff this, tariff that, tariff this, tariff that, and we're losing all of our money. I've lost quite a chunk. I bet you've lost.
Oh.
I can tell you right now, you've lost a lot of money.
Come on. That's why I'm too scared to call him.
I've lost a bunch, but he said eventually, the guy's a fucking buffoon, for lack of a better term, saying all the shit. But eventually, all his people are going to be like, "Hey, Donnie boy, can you knock it off with this shit?"
Right.
And then it'll shoot back up, and that's why you stay in, because we'll be there for the bounce back. Eventually, it will bounce back up.
And if it goes down, maybe we can buy more or so. I don't know how it goes.
I don't know how that works.
Down syndrome.
But he said if you get out, you won't be able to get back in. So we got to just keep losing our money. And eventually, all these people are going to go, fucking dude, stop it, you fucking asshead.
Well, money is the only equalizer. Everything, hey, we got to do this, we got to do that. But once people start losing money, they're like, fuck it. Get your head on straight.
Yeah. So, all right, April 10th to the 12th, I'm coming back to Acme for the first time in years. And we were talking about it off stage. Don't fuck around with getting these tickets because this is one of the 8 markets I sell. So get those tickets. The early shows are pretty much sold out. So get the Thursday's almost sold out. So get the late show Saturday. Boston Wilbur Theater. This is another one. Don't fuck around. There's like 40 tickets left. Get those tickets. Then I'm coming to Rochester, New York, May 1st through the 3rd. Ooh. Cleveland, Hilarities. Love that fucking room.
What a room.
May 15th through the 17th. And then back to the Punchline in Atlanta, May 29th through 31st.
Hot
and then, of course, the July New England tour, I'm going to be Vermont Comedy Club in Burlington, Portsmouth, New Hampshire, the Music Hall. Early show sold out. We added a show there. And the movie is coming. This is the most important. My comedy special is going to premiere in movie theaters, in cinemas.
Who are you, Pryor?
May 21st, IFC Theater, right across the street from the Comedy Cell, your old place. We can say that now.
I can't wait. I want to go.
It's going to premiere there in a theater so you can watch the special in a crowd.
With laughs and popcorn flying and jerk-offs.
Yes, it'll be fun. And then Tom Dustin, Portrait of a Comedian. That will be playing at the Quad Cinema here in New York starting April 25th. The River Oaks Theater in that Thousand Oaks, whatever the fuck that rich neighborhood in Houston is, playing there. It's playing in San Francisco area. It's all up there. I'll get all the info to you guys. Hit me up, whatever it is.
How does that work? Do you pay a chunk up front to have them play it, then you get the money on the tickets in the back? I have no idea.
No, we'll talk off stage.
Okay.
This is going to be the new thing.
Oh, is that
This is
right?
a new look for the 90s, I think.
Woo-wee.
I'm the first pirate.
Good, because YouTube's done.
What? So, anyways, do that. Fuck me. I'm talking too much. But the movie, Tom Dustin, Portrait of a Comedian, my special, coming to a theater near you.
That's lunch. Can't wait to check it out. Can't wait to see it. And, I'm all over the road. Queef it up, marknormancomedy.com. Follow us on Punch Up. I'm coming to a queef near you. We got Napa Valley, Santa Barbara, Albany, Rochester, Port Chester, Ithaca. Doing some weird dates, folks. Nashville, of course, at the Ryman. Then we got the big old fat sloppy Bristol, Tennessee, and Asheville makeup date for the old flood, New Brunswick, New Jersey, and a lot of Dallas, going to the UK, London, Cardiff, Birmingham, Belfast, all that shit, and Australia in the summer.
Wait.
Different nationality.
Hello.
Good day, mate. Crocodile hunter killed. So, we'll see you in hell. Queef it up. Thanks again. Praise Allah. I'm gay. Comedy.